Om, Namaste. Welcome everyone today to Satsang. And of course, remembering all the friends who are joining us via broadcast from different parts of the world today, so that we can be in Satsang in real time together. Big welcome for everybody. And very good. Let's see what is going to happen today. Okay. Okay, you come. Not too many stories, okay? And too much long. Try and see if you can come to the point, because it is like I prefer I prefer to be serving people who are hungry or something. You know? If they want to spend too much time on the menu, then I'm not wanted there. So try and, if somebody's really hungry, they don't want to study menu and ask if it is, gluten-free and so, no, you. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste. Mooji.
Namaste.
Oof. I came to India to meet you. I have other plans and I cancel everything. Somebody told me about you, that it's very important to be in the satsang. So that night I put a satsang of you in internet, and I didn't listen to all the satsang, but it was something in your eyes that calls me to come here. And well, here I am.
Okay.
And last week, with your presence, with the satsang, every word you say was coming here to the heart. I was not used to speak with the heart, always here, no? This like yes. And last week, after every satsang, I start crying a lot for no reason, but it feels relief.
Yes.
So much relief.
Yes.
And yesterday, after your satsang, I don't have question anymore. It's my aim, my goal is I want nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. And yesterday, I realized the truth is nothing.
Yeah.
So no. I said, cannot be so simple. So
this is what I've been saying.
Nuts or what? So it's like, just get rid of the character. That's all.
Yes.
Cannot be that simple.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. No?
You're saying all the time.
Yeah?
And
because if something is true, it has to be also simple. If it is too complex, then not everybody can get to there. And everybody is this truth. It is the soul, the essence of yourself. No? So why should it be difficult? What was difficult? Difficult in distance, no distance.
Yeah.
Difficult in depth, no depth. No. Difficult in weight to carry, no weight, weightless. Wrong shape, no shape.
Nothing.
Yes. But it's not the nothing that comes from the mind. Mind also says, it's not nothing. No, it's not that nothing. That nothing which comes from the mind is not the right nothing. That nothing that comes from the mind, that is something. This nothing is nothing and yet the source of everything. But it itself is not a thing, it's not an object. So if we try to grasp it only with the mind, the usual mind, traditional way of understanding something, it will seem, I don't get it, I can't get it. Of course you can't get it. You are it. How you get you? So something comes together to cause this recognition to simply happen. No? The recognition is what happened. But the thing that is recognized is not a thing and cannot be recognized phenomenally. This is the thing, you see. The mind wants to recognize something, it needs to have some quality, some weight, some size, some design. And he says, okay, is it tall? Yeah, it's not tall. Oh, it mustn't be it then, The mind needs some quality. But the self has no quality that the mind can grasp. Rather, the mind itself is grasped, trying to grasp that which it cannot grasp. And yet it sounds to like very, very complex, like some Zen koan or something, but it's because it's so simple. You didn't come here to learn something, you came here to discover something. There's a difference. You did not come here to learn and to study something. You came here to discover, not to learn and collect something, but to discover. And now you discover, you see. And then you say, but it's so simple. Can it be so simple? Yes.
And now what?
Aha. Then now you must find out, this is, once you come to that space, that emptiness, now you are totally empty. Now you watch out who the first visitors are going to be. Some visitors are going to come. Now what? Now what? So, to whom is the question being asked, you see? Who must know now what? You see? And then you see, the whole regime mind, he's outside the door now, but he's not gone, He said, did you call? Because I can answer this question for you. So you must decide whether you need this question answered. And if you need the question answered, then you must again accept your mind. Because it's only the mind is going to know, now what? The one who is free does not need to know now what. Or what's next. Mind is next, means next and past. So when he's having breakfast, he's thinking, what's for lunch? You see? Then when he's eating lunch, what's for dinner? He has to always hitchhike to the next experience, the next thing. But the one who knows, the one who is, does not know next, doesn't know next. Next is not important at all. Everything is unfolding in now. Next means time, but this one is timeless. How are you going to figure it out? And yet, there's nothing as perfect as this. Next means I have an idea, I need something. I need something. I need to know where I'm going. I need to know, somehow how I will conduct my day. Now that I am the awareness itself, how does awareness live? So, who wants to know this thing? And this is a very, very important thing. You listening also? Yeah. And this is also a very important thing, you see, because these are questions that will still, you're not quite sure, should I take this question or something wants to come back in the house as landlord. I know how to handle that. I will set your appointments for you. But you don't need any appointments. Now you have to trust and see with new eyes, deeper eyes now. Not the old eyes of the old regime. Those eyes were blurred. Those eyes need glasses. Those eyes need binoculars. You see, those eyes don't see. This is the taste of my own life. I don't want to know. Somehow, some things has to be arranged, like coming to Rishikesh and booking this hall and stuff like this. They somehow have to be arranged. But it's a necessity. And so somehow a necessary thing has to be done. So it happens. No? But it doesn't leave nor involve any psychological involvement. Just practical functioning. But any kind of psychological thing like, I wonder how many people are going to come, and what if it rains and then nobody come, and then this is mind, and enough of mind. Don't try to live. You are life. Life does not study how to live. It simply unfolds, it flows. Don't be so concerned about that. You have a deeper awareness now. You are just marinating as the source in the source itself. And everything is taken care. Everything you will see. You have to see. You don't want this life. You want to know what's next. Some people, if they have now, they're looking for diaries for 2016. Diary for 2015 already full. It's not yet complete, but it's full. Now they want to start 2016. Yeah. On the 18th of March 2016, I will have lunch at Grandma's. But after that, before we have ice cream, then after this we'll go and visit. We'll go and visit the local park. Their mind need this. They need. Huh? What a horrible life. It's not life. It's not life. Life of dreaming and projection. And then real life is not here to satisfy your projections. It will not support you. So then you will not like life, because it will not be fulfilling your fantasies. Because you don't need to fantasize. You need to wake up and discover the fullness of your being, full of joy, spontaneous also. Spontaneous. You cannot plan. If I tell you, okay, listen, set out a program for 3 minutes. Say every 15 seconds, this is what will happen, and this is how I will feel about it. Just for 3 minutes. And then try to live that in front of me. I want to see if anybody can do it. Nobody can do it. If you try and do it once, you won't want to do it again. You are so, said, oh my God, that's so frustrating. You see? Then why are you trying to live it ahead of itself? Let it unfold. It's beautiful. When it unfolds like this, your eyes and your vision are panoramic, very open, not narrow-minded. Not anxious, not waiting. I can't describe it. It's too good to tell you. It's too good. Your life is too good. When lived from the mind, the person is highly psychologically self-conscious, not free, you see. Always planning, planning to look natural. Always possible. It's like somebody say, come on, act naturally. How are you going to do it? So we are like this. We are also trying to behave like naturally, you know. I like it to see when, you can see when somebody points a camera, how we start to go into all kinds of roles, Napoleon Bonaparte or something. I don't know what is it, yeah? Just a camera, even if maybe have no film in it, but just look. It shows you how the mind is so obsessed with self-image and how you are portraying yourself and how you want people to see you. And it is a burden. It is a burden. And so many people, they're not enjoying being outside of their house. They can't wait to come home and take off their stilettos and put on the slippers and just relax. Even sometimes when they go home, they can't relax also. So some people get fed up of that. They say, no, I know that there's a life much, much more pleasant than that, more beautiful. It's an intuition. I know something is calling me. You have come, you find it. But something is waiting to try and steal it from you. Because you're a newborn, Yeah? And so the first visitor I want to tell you, so okay, now what? Now where we go? Because he's saying, look, by now you should put the right foot forward, let's move.
Yeah, I have to trust, as you say, trust.
And just keep quiet. And somehow life wants to move. Also, I know what you're speaking because at some early point in my life also, I realized that many things are kind of automatic, but not a good automatic. Like you're just following, habits. So something inside was coming up. It wanted to break the habits, wanted to try to break the habit. So then I said, actually, I will not leave my house unless something clearly wants to go out. But it will not come from my mind. It won't just come because I did it yesterday. So I had to really be conscious, like this. Then I was there, and then I find, but nothing is coming. Nothing is coming. But then what's wrong with just being here? Okay, but something wants to go. But it wants permission from the deep. But nothing is happening. You see? And I said, I won't go. Then after maybe some 30 minutes, I felt something wants to go out. I said, okay. And then I go out, start to go out. And I said, I will only move if it makes this body move. That was my attitude in those days. So then I would walking down the street, and then it stops. So then I was stopping on the pavement like this. People are passing and looking. And I knew inside, this is not good. So, but I still felt really, really much for the experiment, you see. So then I thought, okay. So next day I went out. I brought a little notebook and a pencil with me. So when it stopped, I would pretend like I was looking for an address. But it was a sort of trying to find out like this. So you'll try many things. You're experimenting like a child again, seeing how the body works again and so on. It's coming. Newborn again, you see. Or born again, they say like this. You see? And then gradually you start to discover that there is an inner life. And something, it wants to flow with it, feels nice. And gradually, very quickly, you start to feel like it's not different from you. But the ego is not necessarily totally destroyed. See? He just had a good strike, and then he wants to come back. He's looking for a way to come back. But if you are touched inside and you trust this, you say, okay, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, I don't know how to live, but I have you. Yeah, this is your power. I have you. I don't need to know anything. You have to be again like a child in the lap of God. I don't know anything. But you're not used to the idea of not knowing anything. So something wants to know what do I do, Then it seems life is testing. I'm supposed to trust, and then also I have no money, and I'm hungry. My belly is going. So I think, okay, now you should send me some food. But nothing is coming. I said, well, I'm not sure if this is how it works. What am I supposed to do? So you may, it's an adventure for a little bit. And gradually, somehow, it's more exciting than anything you have done. Then gradually, what you're doing is just letting go of command. You're letting go of the wheel. You're letting go of your need to command and to direct life. You see? If you try to direct life, you only make strife, not life. Now you must find the flow. You must find and be this flow. Then everything is fine. It's a very beautiful discovering. Don't be in a hurry to get past this, because why? Your mind is used to call you to tell you what to do. But now he's been ousted. And it's like you're on your own. You feel like I'm on my own, but not quite. A fresh presence is arising inside. And you feel sometimes very, very cuddled and warm and happy and safe. And then sometimes, not. Like I'm on my own. Then you start to doubt. Maybe it's all just in my mind. Maybe all this is just in my mind. But all of this, you see, you must taste to develop the relationship and to feel. They say that there are different relationships that you discover as you are somehow awakening in trust with life and towards God, I say. No? Some relationship is like if you look, you see a cat and with a kitten. He just picks the kitten up by the back and carries it over there and put him down. And sometimes you'll feel like this little kitten. God pick you up, brings you. You don't say, I want to go over there. Just take you, put your plop, and then you're here. That's one thing that may happen. Another relationship is relationship like the baby monkey and the mother. The mother's going, but the baby has to hold on. You see? Babies sometimes have to hold on. But he doesn't know where he's going. Just go where mommy goes. You go everywhere, but have to hold on. And then after you get up, then you let go. Okay. That's another one. You have to hold on. You go together. Always this togetherness, this unity. Another one, you're like baby kangaroo. You're sitting in the pouch and you're hopping. And you look like this, and you think, haha, look, the life. You're not doing anything, no, but you're just bouncing around. Very nice. Sometimes you have this type of feeling. Then another one is like the bird has the babies, and you just sit in the nest, and he brings food, worms. Then after you grow a little few feathers, mommy comes home one day, and you go, huh? And she kicks you out the nest. Then you're falling, and you have to hop. So you may discover all these different attitudes. You see? You cannot just be a one-trick pony, only know one thing. No, you're discovering, and like this, your powers are broadening, your experience widening, your power deepening, like that. You're learning not just how to be in one groove. You're discovering your being is working universally. And you can work, different situations can come, but you don't have to rehearse now. Because somehow you have become, you're becoming yourself again. You're unbecoming the non-self, and the sense is that you're coming home. So all these things you may discover. But don't go back to your mind and worry. Oh, things are not going, maybe I try and go back to this thing or that thing. One man, he was coming to satsang also, and then he had some powerful insight happen. After this insight, he did not have much energy to go out and do things. He was actor. And every now and again, the actors, they have to go and try and get rehearsal and do auditions and so on. But he was not feeling anymore for doing this thing. He was feeling then, he was just sitting around, sometime part-time teaching. But now he's saying, but I don't feel any energy. I just don't feel any energy. I said, you must keep quiet, trust. He said, but I have to do something. I said, your breathing is happening, it's okay, breathing is happening, heart is pumping, vital force doesn't want to do anything, and you must trust this for the moment. But because your mind is saying, but what if I never want to do anything ever again? This is mine. And you think, oh my God, I don't think I want this type of, you see, you're bringing the mind again, not trusting. So after a while, he was having doubts, and he met people, started to meet people who say, no, this is not good. It's not good. You need some Shakti. You're here for a purpose. You must be doing something. And he started to, oh yeah, maybe I should. He started to do some exercises to get some energy, special breathing to get energy back. No? So he's not working with the universal, the cosmic being. He's now listening to his mind, and the mind is now manifesting in the form of other beings telling him, which is to really, in a way, exaggerate his fears. And then he's searching now for a job, also a part-time job, teaching again. Then I didn't see him for a long time. Then he came to see me. I said, how is it going? Then he told me all of this that I'm telling you now. He said, then I found some job teaching, but I am so unhappy because the students, they don't respect me. They don't want to sit, they are so unruly. I'm not enjoying. I said, why didn't you just relax? And like I told you, he says, but I became afraid that I would lose my power, and I would just become like, a couch potato, and I can't do anything. So sometimes these things will come. A great power is with you. But we don't have much trust. The ego does not have trust. And it is developing some trust and opening your eyes to see the natural abundance in the universe and in your life. But you don't see this abundance because your mind is projecting another way of getting abundance based upon your fantasy. And life, it will not fulfill your projections. It will go against the harmony of existence to be satisfying your projections and your delusions. So all of this can feel a bit painful in the moment, but then you remember just to trust. And very quickly, you find that you are in some kind of flow or a deeper stillness. You begin to appreciate the silence and the stillness, the depth, the intuitiveness, the wisdom that is arising inside, which your mind is not allowing you to give value to this. You're looking only for perishable things. You see? Then somebody may ask you, are you a man of the world or a man of God? So I don't know. My mind definitely wants things outside there. But something wants to be here. Then why you keep going out? Is it because of yourself that you want to go out, or because of your conditioning and what you think people think of you? Then you say, yes, actually, I'm concerned of how I might be perceived by other people. You see? When it comes time to die, are they going to die for you? And then don't let them live for you. Live your life. That's not a selfish thing, it's a wise thing. But don't be cynical about it or arrogant about it. But you must recognize and acknowledge your own existence and the greatness of your consciousness, you see. As you are learning and letting go of your tight control, you see, then you're finding that you are caressed by a deeper power. And that discovery is greater than if you had the power to control. To control, you will make you tired, because you always have to control. To sustain will always be sucking at you, because you have to keep it up. But that which is natural, that which is true, that has to be effortless in itself. Effortless and lazy are not the same thing. The sun shines effortlessly, but it's not doing anything. It's not shining. Just its existence and all of this, all the planets, all the different things are drawing sustenance and life because of the presence of this power. And yourself is like a sun, like a power. But your mind is like a moon. It has no light of its own. It only can have the reflected light from the sun. So you keep being in the satsang. Don't make your mind up about anything. Don't form any premature conclusions about life and what all of this is. Just be empty and quiet. Because the universe has not forgotten about you. You see? It's like somehow you have discovered the most amazing thing. Like there's a hole that's been made in the universe, and the hand of God is pulling you through into your real life. Something is still hanging on. You see? And you will live your life in this world, but the world will change in front of you because of your own being. So you don't have to think your life, strategize your existence. You will discover simply I am, and all flows from and in front of I am. You will not believe this, you will not think it, you will experience this is so. Don't turn back now. Don't turn back now. You know? Because, yeah.
Can I go there? And look into your eyes. Can I go?
Okay, come then. Come on. Yes. Yes. You recognize that this is your time. This is my time. It's my chance. No? Very good.
So now you are my master.
Yes. The true master is inside your heart always.
But you make me
Yes.
believe it,
Yes.
experience.
Yes. The master is one. Yes, yes. Very good.
I'm so lucky.
Yes, 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 yes. We are lucky. Good fortune. To win your life back, to win yourself back from delusions and from ignorance. Okay. Give her some of what you have found. Very good. Everybody has everything is needed. Everybody. All inside you. Something makes us doubt that. And it's not easy to throw off this doubt because it had become a relationship of doubt. And we feel like it serves us somehow and that it is true. So that makes it feel like, it's part of who we are. But you have come to satsang, and in satsang, like I told you, it's like putting a piece of ice in a bucket of warm water, and some melting is taking place. The ice is water, the warm water is water, and they seem to only appear different because of name and form, shape. But this melting returns everything to its fundamental constitutional state. Very good. Very good. Okay, you say. Okay, good.
Namaste, Guru.
Namaste.
What is the greatest gift I can give to you?
You can only give me the greatest gift if I want something. Isn't it? And what would give the greatest joy is to see you completely free of all delusion. This is something that's, I can't, because that will not fade. This is a gift that will not fade. My joy does not fade away because it's not attached to or relying on anything that is made of time. So therefore, whatever is made of time, it will go away, it will fade one time. My joy is not connected to anything born of time. So it will not fade. And what you are discovering, this thing can, if it is true, what you have discovered, it can never leave you. It does not belong to time. So then I will be also timelessly happy with you. Because it doesn't depend on any otherness. It doesn't depend.
You are my greatest love.
Only the heart speaks like that.
1 year ago I discovered you by broadcasting. And I want to say hello to all. They are all around the world.
Yes.
And I'm also here for them. I'm sitting with all of them.
Yes.
It's so great.
Yes. Yes. We are here to discover the true, the authentic greatness of human being. Because the source of the human being is pure consciousness. That must somehow, that seem to have been held hostage by some cramped delusion that we are merely flesh and blood and conditioning. And this you are beginning to see quite spontaneously also. As you allow grace to open up its blessing and mystery in you. That many things were just bound by thought, just created by thought, and believed in as thought. And then this thought was embraced as truths. And they create a kind of claustrophobia in the being, make it tight, whereas it is free. But it is meant to be so for a while also. That the consciousness which is ever free, beyond even the concept of freedom. The real freedom doesn't know about freedom. You see? You see? That it had to taste the sense of bondage and to somehow use its innate wisdom and the powers to discern in order to recover from this delusion. This is what satsang is. And if you listen rightly, you will see that this calling is for you. Don't worry who is sitting next to you and who is sitting over there. No, it is for you. But if merely you want to get something, and this is not good. To get something means that it almost always is something phenomenal. When we are asking always something phenomenal, something perishable, which is fine as well, you're free to ask like that. But nothing that is perishable will satisfy you for very long. Because the very one who wants it is inconsistent. You will say, if I only had this, I'll be happy forever. It's not true. You'll be happy for a little bit. And then you'll want something else and something else. And the show goes on.
Enough.
Huh?
I have enough of this.
You had enough of it.
Thank you so much.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
If you ever, I'm here for you. If you ever maybe want something, tell me.
Very good.
I love you.
I love you too. Love you too. Okay. You come. This one. You come. Yeah. You know.
All of a sudden. I was wondering if you could help me to guide me back to the awareness,
Okay.
if that's possible.
Oh yeah, very possible. Let's see what happens. Huh? Huh? How far away from awareness have you moved?
I'm not sure how far away have I moved
Away from awareness.
away from awareness. Okay. Okay. I can feel that there's nervousness,
Okay.
like shaking.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yes. With what do you see it? With what power do you see these things? Is it not awareness? You are aware of them? The shaking in the body, nervousness, palpitation, heart beating faster, all this is perceived. But then something says, I am that. I am nervous. Maybe we can think of a new way of saying, some nervousness is arising in me, rather than I am nervous. I don't know. It feels a bit different. Because anything can arise on this desktop. Anything can come on the screen. And there's awareness immediately of it. You watch. But you identify and says, yes, this is me. But this is me is not necessary. The nervousness come, whose nervousness? Who does this nervousness belong to?
Yeah.
Does it need to belong to somebody? So some nervousness is there because an identity seems to be behind it also. That's feeling that something may go strangely or whatever it is like that. But anyway, this is seen. So carry on, please.
When I listen to your words, then and I close my eyes and I go backwards,
Yes.
almost.
Yes. Yes.
So I can feel as though it's melting.
Yes.
So it's almost as though I can use it in a way to come back.
Right.
If that makes sense.
So is it really you who have come back or your attention has come back? Let's slow down together and look like this, because we're giving a lot. When you say I, this is the most powerful word or concept known to a human being. You say I.
Yeah.
So it's like identify something, So if I move back, you see, but what moves back is your attention moves back, and the attention is still in front of you, but attention is one of our great powers, because whatever attention contacts, it registers as experience for you. And it is so intimate that we give it the title I. So when the attention is moving about, you say, I am restless. But it's just the attention is moving about. And there's awareness of this moving aboutness. But the awareness of the moving aboutness is not moving about. Now, if you identify with the moving about, you'll feel I am moving about. But if you discover that you are in the place of the awareness, then the moving aboutness won't matter so much. And now it slows down, it starts to do that. But don't identify with that also. You're just at that still place from where the seeing of the varying movements are taking place. Just a shift of attention, no? You see? You identify with the movement. You say, oh, my heart is beating. Yeah, okay, heart is beating. Now it's beating more fast, but awareness is of that. And the awareness is not beating. The awareness is simply here. the awareness really allows the beating heart to be perceived. And even the fact that the beating heart is perceived, that functioning of perception in which the beating heart is perceived, that functioning of perception is also perceived from the awareness. How is it? This is such an amazing recognition. Because you see that you're not the moving one. You're not the moving part. The moving part is maybe the movement of thought and feeling of the pulse, the breath. But awareness is not breathing, but it is aware of the moving breath. It's aware of the senses and the sense objects. It's aware of the sense of inside and outside, of the sense of nervousness, all of this. And it sees that all these senses that says, I am this and I am that, is to do with a kind of an identity, and that the identity is also something visible, also something that is not substantial. But the awareness does not have to move to another place. Even when the person comes, awareness doesn't move out of the way for the person to be here. The person simply appears inside the very awareness which is not appearing. This is the root, the foundation, the ground, the base, the source of all perception, feeling, thought, imagination, sense of time and change, comparison, growth, ideas, all concepts. They are appearing on the screen somehow. And awareness is the ability to perceive them. But what is happening to awareness itself? And nowhere in any culture is giving importance to this. The one thing we overlook, our entire species, in the kingdom of the human kingdom, we are not looking as and from awareness. We are looking as the conditioned identity, which is not stable. Every now and again your identity has to change and develop something else and is moving. And this change is also perceived in the awareness which is not changing. Now, how important is that? And why is that missed? It's missed because we have been somehow conditioned to value what comes and goes, and what you can touch and what you can sense. We are all doubting Thomases. Unless I can touch it and feel it and smell it, it's not real for me. But the one who is smelling and doubting and thinking is also perceivable from the standing place of the awareness. Now, is that what I'm speaking? Is it connecting inside the intelligence of your being? Can you use it like a mirror to see from a place which cannot be fixed? Awareness is neither north nor south, nor east nor west, nor up or down. All these are measurements and coordinates appearing in the realm of the mind. But the awareness is not belonging to any coordinate. Why isn't awareness of any value? Because it's not a commodity. You cannot control it. This you. Who is even this you, even? You see? You know? Yes. We're legends in our own mind. I'm trying to get to the awareness. It's like the characters in a book are trying to determine what the next chapter will be like, and whether we agree with the author, and that we have our own autonomy to do what we want. And yet you are beyond the character. We have a character, so to speak. Our dynamic life in its portrayal as existence and so on, and autonomy, this is our dynamic expression. This is the theater of consciousness. But who is the audience in this theater? Who is it that is watching this play? Yesterday we speak about these two birds, that one is on a branch building a nest, flying off every now and again, picking up things to come and continue building the nest. So this nest is like the nest of existence. We're preparing our existence for our projection, to satisfy our projections and our desires. And on a branch just above that first branch, another bird looks quietly on. But it is not building anything, it's not a builder. So this points to your awareness perspective, your witnessing stance, that something, the capacity to just watch. The activities still go on, you see? But now, when you are paying attention and becoming aware of your witnessing role, it's a much more silent, a more still place. And you can see the movements, but you're not troubled by them. You don't have the sense of being pulled about. And even if there's a sense of being pulled about, from the place of the intelligent seer, this being pulled aboutness is only another sensation. It has no fundamental reality. So you can bear it. What feels unbearable is identity. Because identity creates the sense of a victim that gets pulled about and pushed about, and you see? Whereas that itself is a shape, a thought, a sensation arising in the awareness which cannot be pulled about. The awareness is like space. It is everywhere. It doesn't move about because it is limitless and infinite. But the wind is like the mind. It is moving about, but it needs the space to move. Otherwise, there's no wind. Let's pick it up from the place you say, I'm aware of my feelings, I'm aware of the sense of nervousness. Now that might be changing a bit now.
Getting less.
Huh?
It's getting less.
It's getting less. So even the awareness of the lessening of the tension, you see, all of that is showing up without doing anything. This is the marvelousness of consciousness. You simply observe this. You who are observing, what is happening to you? And what precisely are you that is looking? That which is looking at everything else and can perceive form and change and time, can perceive subtle and gross things, can perceive objects and sensations, can it also be perceived? The place where you're looking from, which allows you to see every different thing, if you go to the source of this looking, who is looking? Can this looker be seen? Just try now. Discover what is there. Now is not time to speculate anymore. Not speculate, not guess. Now you have the power to see. What is there? What is there to do?
I'm aware of like a space.
Yeah, you're aware of space. Huh? If you're aware of space, you must be even subtler than space. Yes. Listen with your entire being now. Don't just listen with your head. Listen with all of you. And as you're listening, feel and verify what you're seeing. We are not in a hurry. Okay? So you're right here. I feel even the sense of a space is there. No? So I can witness even space now. You're aware of your body. You're aware of your senses. They are functioning naturally. But is awareness a functioning? It perceives functioning, but is awareness itself Is it a functioning? We're not making anything up now. We're not imagining. You're simply in the light of your own looking. This is so beautiful. You are seeing itself. You are the seer of seeing also. Who or what can you be? Go to the place, the most subtle place, that even perceiving it, the functioning of perception is being perceived. Be there. Who are you? What job do you have? What nationality are you? Gender you can see. What is created out of time you can see. The sense of past and present and future, you perceive them. Either conceptually or sensationally, you are perceiving all of them. This you, is it your person? The person also can be perceived. The person is not fixed, it's like an amoeba that's always changing shape. But that shape is also perceivable. Now you must answer from experience, not thought. Because you are the one from whom this answer must come. And even if you gave me the greatest answer in the world, you are still there to watch this answer coming.
I feel like I use the inquiry to, and even just now when I had my eyes closed, to get away from the feelings or the anxiety or whatever.
Okay.
You know, and I find that happens quite a lot. I'm either trying to observe, because I've got a lot of stuff coming up, so I'm either trying to observe or trying to get away from, so doing the inquiry to get away from, or trying to be present,
Yes.
almost to try and, get away from what's there or try to get rid of it.
Isn't there awareness even of that? Slow down.
Okay.
Even of, I, because something is still holding to the identity of the person and saying, yes, I'm using the inquiry as a painkiller, really, which is okay, but it's offering much more than this. I can see that something just wants to get out of this anxiety. Move, 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 move. That's what I want to do. And you're speaking as though this I is a fact. But this I that wants to move is also perceived in the awareness, in whose light the I itself is arising. Is there something to argue with here, you see? Huh? This I feeling is something is stubborn, is either afraid to kind of like, I don't want to be so visible that I become other. I don't know if I want to proven that I am an illusion. Then who is the witness of this illusion of I? Is it not still you? So you observe, don't finish off your inquiry in a premature state. You have said very beautifully, you have exposed that something, what you have called until now, is what you are. You have addressed this posture as this is what I am. I am simply trying to get away from the anxiety. And we understand this. From the place of identity, you want to get away from whatever feels unpleasant. This is natural. I don't feel good, I just want it to stop. It's like, please, I want it to stop. But I'm pushing a little bit more. I said, this one who wants it to stop, you see? Is there not some space to perceive even this one? Or is that it totally? That is the total thing. There is nothing beyond this. There's just me, this moment, wanting this feeling to stop. But there's awareness of it or not? Yes, but the awareness itself, and it is the same thing. So then you'd have to say that the awareness is suffering. But when the suffering is over, awareness is still there. So awareness cannot be suffering. If you are what you are perceiving, now you say, now this thing is coming up, this is coming up. If you are that which is coming up, you see, then when it goes, you'll also be gone. But you are here to say, yes, now it's gone. Now it's getting weaker. So you cannot be that thing that you're looking at. You see? Just let's begin at that place, just to acknowledge that we are looking from and with awareness or consciousness. But nothing is happening. It's like you put a light on, okay, in the dark. You're outside. You put the light on, and when you put the light on, you see the ants are making a nest and stuff like this, no? So anything, is the light creating this? It's showing up in the light. Is the light affected by this? This light is like the light of consciousness, the light of awareness itself. You are trying to get rid of anxiety, but the one who is trying to get rid of the anxiety also is prone to anxiety. It is the factory for anxiety. But you want to get rid of the anxiety, but the one who somewhere supports this anxiety, you want to keep.
No, I don't.
All right. So now who don't want to keep it? Who don't want to keep it must be of a higher intelligence.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep anything. The universe is made in such a way is that everything is in flux anyway. It's moving along. You see? Many things have come and gone, but they seem to continue living through memory and through identity. It carries them on like some ghost story. They have exhausted their life, but the memory turns them into like a film that you can replay or something like that. Awareness will not keep. It's simply like I say, your life becomes like a writing on water. You cannot read it, you can turn a page, it won't be there. It's just fresh, unfolding. And yet, mysteriously, mystically, memory seems to be part of this dance also. It's there.
I'm almost finding it a bit difficult to concentrate. Like, I really want to, but...
Okay, let me show you something easier than that. Even the ability to concentrate is perceived by you, the awareness. Awareness does not even have to concentrate. It's the identity that wants to concentrate. It needs the help of the mind to focus, to concentrate. But you, the greater awareness, is aware that of an inability now to concentrate. But the awareness does not have to concentrate. The awareness is always still there. If you pay attention to the awareness, the need to concentrate will just be also another needless pursuit.
Sometimes I'm listening. It's as though I understand what you say, and I'm trying, and I'm doing the inquiry. But sometimes it's as though the feelings are so strong that it's like no matter where you're looking this way, you're looking this way. It's as though it doesn't matter where you look, but it's.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's like,
Yes.
so.
So all these things, the strength of the feeling, the panic attack that comes out of it, the overwhelming feelings, all of this is phenomenal, arising in the awareness. What makes it difficult, so to speak, is that you've put a person as a star of the movie. the person is the one that things are going to happen to. And you have identified with this one who things are happening to. And that seems to be a fact that no one wants to challenge, because we have a strong attachment to our personal identity. And this reading feels like a fact, but I'm really anxious right now, Mooji, and please can we stop, because it's just getting too much, and it's like, oh my God, and you see, like this. And yet, none of this is coming as a report from the awareness itself. No value is given to awareness. You have not included awareness as part of your being. You have only included the bits which are coming and going. This is all you're calling yourself you. And now it's thunderstorm and lightning and whoa, life is a wreck and so on. It comes down very nicely. Oh, my life is going so nice at the moment, so beautiful, so beautiful. Yes. I'm feeling so peaceful. Yes, I decided I will come and visit you this weekend. But by weekend, oh my God, I can't come. So this life is not stable. This person is not stable. But because you, the consciousness, have located your identity in the ever-moving, so the reading you're giving of yourself is something unstable. But you are that in whose presence the state of instability is playing. There will come a time when even this apparent instability will not trouble you. How many sensations you have experienced? They come and go. Where do you keep them? They come and go. You see? But when they come, they seem enormous, they seem fundamental, they seem, true. This is why one time I told you that one man was coming and he said, I'm listening to you, Guruji, and I am understanding, I'm understanding what you are saying, but I just, this problem that I have just don't allow me to go deeper with this. This problem is just so big, it just won't go away. He says, what problem is this? He said, this problem about my partner, we just separate, and I just can't absorb anything. It just seems to fill my life. So I played a game with him and I said to him, tell me what, you know the strength of this problem now, this pain you're feeling. What was your problem 3 problems ago? 3 problems ago, what was the problem that was like of this intensity? Remind me. 3 problems ago? Sorry, I can't put my finger on it. 3 problems are no problem. So I said, I realized it was a bit unfair, I said, look, okay, 2 problems ago. 2 problems only ago. What was the thing that really, really had you like this? I said, 2 problems ago. Sorry, I just can't seem to find it at the moment. 2 problems ago. And he's trying very hard. No, 2 problems. I said, no, it's very unfair. 1 problem ago. 1 problem. The problem before this problem. Huh? Can you get back? Can you, retrieve it? Tell me a little bit about it. He says, I can't, And even if I could, it's not alive, it's gone, So I said, if that is the destiny of those problems, surely this one is going to also be gone, soon. He said, yes, but how I can get rid of it quickly? How you can get rid of it? When you, the one who is suffering it, has such a strong relationship with it. And with other things that keep coming up. More problem. Is there no more space left in you? Is this all of the space in you that you're showing me? All the space in you, is that what you are now? Or is there more space? Is there not a space of awareness in which you can recall these incidences or cannot? Isn't it awareness? Is the awareness suffered? But it seems like nobody understands what is this awareness stuff. Just like space. But how is that gonna pay my bill? How is space gonna help me to pay my bill? So, okay. You must be hopeless case, I don't know. We can't get any further than that, and sometimes we just have to leave it. Let's leave it like that for now. How far have you come in your seeing? Because it seems as though we are not able to give any ground, or any acknowledgement to the most tremendous power in you. Because it seems, by habit, we identify only as this localized form of consciousness, which is not stable, and we can't give it up. And every now and again, you have to somehow reboot this consciousness, because it just gets a bit tired, and you have to fluff it up a bit and stuff, and keep it going on the road. And this is what we seem to be so faithful to, so loyal to this identity, that keeps changing anyway. And then you can tell the story of the change. We write autobiographies of how much we have changed and keep changing. You see? But what is it about you that's not changing? Oh yeah, nobody wants to read that book. We want the adventure of change. This is okay. Change is fine, but change is most highly enjoyed and appreciated from the place of the unchanging. Then the context and the relationship is very nice. But if the person is changing and their life is everything is changing, and they're looking for something stable like happiness, which is stable, which is not to be found in the field of the changeful, the happiness that's found in the field of the changeful is only momentary. And if you're told that your very nature is joy, it sounds like poetry. He's a nice poet, no? He says beautiful things. He says, my nature, you see, is joy. It's nice, isn't it? Can I make a postcard of that one? We like, isn't it? Nature's joy. You see? Yes.
Thank you. Can I just say before I sit down?
Yes.
I hope I'm okay to say this. I might get told off, but don't be too soft with us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's left
It's
to
nice
finish?
to be direct, and I think you are, but
Yeah.
sometimes it feels a bit like we go, ooh, I don't know.
Okay, what you need right now?
What do I need?
Yes.
I don't know, to be honest. To calm down, maybe, a bit. Yeah.
What calms down now will fluff up again later. If that is the highest thing, what is the highest thing you want? If you want anything phenomenal, you're going to keep on wanting because they're going to keep on changing, okay?
Yeah. I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
I speak with the people, and if I am waiting to see if someone is going to combust into perfect seeing, and if not, I maybe use some of your question as a general thing that we all can take something out. You see? Because many questions are like that. It's like a bowl of muesli, and everybody take out something that they want. When you'll be ready to be set on fire, you will not miss your chance. You will not miss your chance.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah? You have to come like gunpowder, and I have a matches here for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, thank you. Now who is going to come now? 11:43. Who is the one who want to come? They're strong. Come. You? Okay, let me hear you.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste, darling.
I have no questions. I have no words. I want to come up.
The one who has no question, you see? You have no words and you have no question. I mean, is it just this moment or you are finished? I want the one who is finished with questions. Not by determination. As from now, no. Just there are no more questions and no more words. Has anybody come to that one? Of course, words will still continue to be spoken, but it's not because you have a need to speak words. They come as a play of life, just like the body has to breathe and food has to be taken, words come and so on. That's okay. But I don't need any more words, and I don't have any questions. Not coming, I can't find. I try to look for questions, nothing's coming. Who is this one? This is good. What must happen to you when you have no more question? What has happened to a human being who has no more question? Of course, we can talk about, okay, when you make chai, how you do this. That's not trouble. But don't have any burning question, Have you used your questions to come to the very core of existence? Have you solved yourself? Are you cured from delusion? Because that's how the light of questions are going to go out. You may answer questions, but yourself cannot find any. You don't know how you live. Somebody asks you how you live. I don't know. How do you live? I don't know how you live. These are nonsense ideas. You don't need to be told how to live. This is the worst advice, because it just turns you into some robot or something. You have to discover you are life itself. And at the same time, the witnessing of life occurs in front of you. But who you are, you cannot say. Now, only if you're trying to impress other people or think you have to answer to their questions, you will be intimidated by them. But you don't have to answer silly questions. If somebody asks you, so who are you and how do you go about your life? You don't have to engage with that. You just says, listen, I don't know, you are an intelligent person. Yeah, I'm not an intelligent person. Please leave me alone. And I'm just drinking my cup of tea, please. You don't have to answer philosophical questions. You don't have to impress anyone. I am the great I am. Oh, are you? Okay. You don't have to do this thing. Nobody has to know by your mouth who you are. You see. Then they don't trouble you. Then only those who are drawn by some mysterious power, they will find you. They will find you, yeah. And you will welcome them. There's no need for foolish people to recognize you, because they'll only trouble you. So if you don't want to, save the world, but to simply realize who you are, then you don't have to go out trying to, win anybody over. Just as you encounter, and you let your life show what it wants to do. This is the perfect life. Because whatever it is that happened, your contentment is undisturbed. You see, you're a light in this world. Therefore I say, blessed is the one whose life, whose presence is the evidence of truth. Not whose words only. That you smell like truth, you vibrate like truth. Even we don't know what truth is. We don't know what truth is. For some people, truth must be some holy cluster of concepts or something. But you don't know anything at all. And people say, but how can she be happy like that? She doesn't know anything at all. How can you be so peaceful? What are you smiling at? You don't know anything. You didn't finish university. You don't even have a job. Why are you so happy about it? Can you bear this? Can you bear when people speak like that? Can you bear to be misunderstood? Can you bear to be misread? You better, because nobody can understand you. No one can come to the end of what you are or comprehend the inner being except one who is awake, and they would not judge. So to rely upon human sentiment and things like this, don't worry about that. Thankfully, your salvation does not depend on others, what they think of you. What brings you from all over the world to come to a place like this? Is it Himalaya, the Ganga, temples? It is to find the flow of your own Ganga, the Ganga that flows inside your own heart. Don't merely aspire for what is perishable, what is momentary. They come by themselves. Life knows you need things. Of course it will take care of them. But don't set your sight so low. Because the true one who dwells in your heart is not an unfinished business. It is perfect and whole. So we have to discern correctly, use your intelligence, your spiritual intelligence correctly, and discern what is real, what is true. Choose what is true. Don't have to talk about it. Feel what is true. It is said, no, that even great kings and mighty emperors would bow down at the feet of an illiterate sage, meaning one who doesn't know anything, unschooled, unlearned. No? Then why would they bow to such a one? Maybe even dirty. Maybe he doesn't even bathe even. Why would they do something like that? And if they did, it must show that they must at least be touched by some power, some wisdom to recognize it even. Because you know when you're in the presence of a mighty being. And what is more mighty than one who is without desire? Who is free of pride, free of ego, free of desire, full of love. Who does not poison life? Who is without cynicism? It's not that such a one doesn't care, but more that they don't mind. However it plays, it is fine. Because always they see grace in everything. They see grace. This you cannot learn. As you discover more, the essential discovery, your own self, and wake up from this dream of personal identity and the pride and arrogance of that, then these things which we are speaking about will be known inside your heart spontaneously. You will know them. Waves of illumination will come. Understanding will take place. Spontaneously they happen. But I don't want to speak about future because everything I speak is now. I only want to serve food we eat now. Yes. Pull it down, the microphone. Okay, come.
Where do my thoughts come from, or who do my thoughts come from? Where are they coming from?
This is a good question. Where do my thoughts come from? Huh? Where did this thought come from? You can see, take a look. Take a look and see now. Before a thought arose consciously, did you know of its coming?
No.
No. You're lying on your back outside, a lovely day, the sky is blue, and somehow a little twirl is seen, and it shapes itself into a cloud. Where did it come from? Before a thought arose consciously, where was it? Who sent it? But what is important is that even if it is arising in a millionth of a second, you're already there before it, because you witness its appearance. So you're prior, you're earlier than it. The thought comes, and it is as though each thought is auditioning for your attention. Most thoughts don't trouble you, because thinking doesn't really arise at the arising of thought, but with contact of the thinker with thought, then the process of thinking, some identity must be taking place also. But the thought comes, and is weakness. That is the significant thing. Is weakness to be there, then it seems to carry some suggestive power. You see? Can a thought think itself?
So who's putting them there?
You. It must be you. Not deliberately. It's not a question of who put them there, who keeps them there. How many thoughts potentially arises in the field of the waking state each day? Maybe we cannot count. How many catch your attention? Perhaps very few. Because why? You're not interested. If you're not interested, then they don't register and they have no significance for you. So they're not recorded. They don't happen. Until or unless the mind says something has happened, experientially, nothing happened. The thought does not have the power to assert authority. It must be a relationship. The one who poses as the thinker or the one engaged with the thought has something to do with the power and the effectiveness of that thought. The thought, you can say, almost suggests something, but that has to be accepted. And somehow inside that, something presses save or something like that.
So then who is choosing which thought to look at?
You may say conditioning. Maybe the conditioned mind, no? Is somehow attracted to certain kind of thoughts. Let's put pictures to those thoughts. Why in your culture you like a certain kind of thing? Because you're accustomed to it. You're accustomed to this thing, and so somehow you've grown to enjoy this flavor and to give value to it. Like that. So you get used to it. Your conditioning plays a strong role in what kind of things you like or what you will not accept. And who you take yourself to be also. Because in no place it seems that you are encouraged to remember that you are consciousness or that you are awareness. It is as though we are collectively conditioned to identify as flesh and blood and conditioning. But no single person or group is responsible for this. It's as though the consciousness, like I say sometimes, in the same way that every being that lives in the ocean is wet. Every being who comes into manifestation take a touch of conditioning. Whether it be a Christ or a Buddha or a Krishna or whatever. And then somehow, inside that conditioning, the consciousness is moving, and it is growing actually through it. It's refining itself from a raw state when it manifests and chooses to play as a person or any particular species, and must somehow develop through that identity somehow. But the source of it remains constant and unchanging when I use the word awareness for that. But the dynamic consciousness, which is the earliest and purest expression of that dynamic expression of consciousness, is the feeling in you, the feeling, I am, I exist. That's a very neutral state. It's not a male or female condition or mode. It has no particular religion or belief system. It is actually quite pure. It is consciousness arising purely from the source. But very, very quickly, as it needs a body to announce its presence, identification is arising with the body. Who causes that to happen? Then it believes, I am the body. When it believes I am the body, other conditioning such as, I'm a woman, I'm a man, I did this, I'm Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever, gets attached to that root idea, I am this.
But what is thinking I am?
What is?
What is saying I am?
What is saying I am? It is consciousness.
I mean, because I feel like, just what I'm experiencing is like my mind is. I was saying the other day, my mind feels like a little donkey. So it's not particularly clever. It's not very beautiful, but it's very strong, and it just keeps going.
Yes.
And sometimes it's a naughty donkey, and sometimes it's a friendly donkey.
What observes this?
But then I have another feeling here
Yeah.
that I'm not really sure that I can explain what it is. It's just a feeling. And so, you know, while I've been here and just sitting, and sometimes I get my donkey gets a little bit confused about what's being said. So, okay, just hear it and just be with this, and and so I sit and then I fall asleep, or this keeps happening, and it's almost like I can't stay with this because I keep falling asleep.
Yes.
So I think, okay, keep my eyes open, and I'm still like this, and still even with my eyes open, my eyes go, and I still fall asleep. And
Yes. Yes. For a while, these things happen. I'm very pleased you can speak about it like this. This, you said the donkey mind is up and always interpreting and looking and making some, no? So you say, I'm aware, I've got kind of donkey mind, is doing all this stuff. But there is something here, which I would call more the sense of being, which is not the donkey mind. The donkey mind is actually perceived from that stillness of place. Then you say, well, but that simply is. But if I keep my attention just here, then the body goes into sleep, no? So like something is going like this, no? Okay? And I've noticed sometimes we've done silent meditation or guided meditation here, which we do for a short time. And as soon as I say, okay, relax, and just the eyes closed naturally, the breath is moving, take notice of this. I see many people, and I said, this is not a true sleep. This is not the true sleep. You see, this is some kind of fake sleep. Like the mind doesn't want to go into the state, so it just fakes up some, it is like this, it's bouncing about. Then I say, but you are aware of this very strong suction that's pulling the sense of the body into it. You are aware of this or not? And very often people, yes, this thing is not sleeping. Something is not sleeping, but then this powerful sense of sleep comes and is doing. Mind is not sleeping. Then sometimes, if the people are doing this, and I see them going into this kind of stuff, then I tell them, okay, you come and sit here and sleep here. And usually they don't. Or something like this. But in any case, you say that when I bring the attention here, I feel something is going here. But this which is aware of this going here, you see, is that going there? Is that doing this? No, it's not there. But there are some forces that seem to want to sabotage any real approach for you to recognize your power. It's part of this game of transcendence, actually.
so then where is that coming from?
It's also part of what has to be here in the contrast of life. Just in the same way, you can only know something is bad if you have a sense of something is good. This interrelated opposites and so on, no? And some force is there that you must produce some friction to produce again the aspiration to transcend that. It's as though consciousness creates the sense of a problem in order to have the experience of transcending it. It must kind of grow in its expression. You see? So something is behaving like this. But gradually, if you stay with it, these kind of energies, they change and they soften out, and you come to a kind of stillness that is not wavering. It's not just you are here.
So sometimes when these thoughts come, and I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I tell myself again, using my mind thoughts that, maybe these are, the thoughts are coming from God or whatever. And so to really experience them, and then that kind of brings me back here. And then again, I start to fall asleep. So even
When you fall asleep, you go off for a little bit? You fall off for a bit? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or what?
I don't know.
Yeah. It changes. That also change, So if you feel like this and you really feel, I don't want to really keep falling into that state, then come more to the front. It makes a difference. Just come up and, come. I would very much welcome that.
To hear, you mean?
Yes, anywhere.
I don't think there's much space. There. Okay.
Okay. Okay, we'll have someone else. I want something. Give me something. Come. Give me something. Who is going to come and do that? Who is going to come? Somebody come? Huh? Many people. Maybe you sing together something. Sing a song. Okay, good. Yeah.
Mooji, it can sound ridiculous, but I really don't know who's speaking.
Yeah.
I can.
Are you different from the one who is speaking? You say, I really don't know who is speaking. Okay? So
I watch it.
you're watching the speaking happening.
Yes.
It's okay. Don't tell anybody that, but you, in here you can. You can say anything you want. But generally speaking, you don't tell anybody that I don't know who is speaking.
I even have no idea how to do it.
Yeah, this is true. This is fine. To do what?
Speaking.
Yeah, yes, you don't know. You never had to know how to do it.
Never.
No. The microphone. Even the microphone said, yeah.
I'm listening to people's experiences, and every time I think I have a question and I'm getting ready to answer it, they get up and answer it, and you answer the question. But this last one, when she was talking about this falling asleep,
Yes.
it just doesn't happen to me just here. It's been happening for years, since I've been meditating for years and years, and it feels like it's just got to stop. I know what you're describing is that trick or those forces trying to keep that recognition from happening.
This is why sometimes Sri Ramana Maharshi and Papaji also used to tell him, when people sit in satsang and they sit and he says, no, don't do it. I don't want you to go into meditation like this. And anyway, many people who were going into meditation were actually sleeping, actually. And like this. So he said, don't do it. Rather you pay attention and listen, just listen, and don't close your eyes and listen. And you can feel this, like sometimes, I can't focus. No, I can't focus, my focus is good. Oh, could you say that again? Then I said to one man, came here, no, that even if it feels, no, I'm not able to focus, I said, don't worry, because you are the awareness itself, in whose light the ability to focus or not focus, that is also seen. Because sometimes you think, well, I need my mind to focus on this now, otherwise I won't get to the awareness. But the awareness is the one looking at that anyway, you see. So as soon as you catch that, you see that maybe this is a whole hoax, that I feel like I have to do all this and that and this to get to awareness, whereas I am already the awareness, watching something attempt to get to the awareness, calling itself me. Could it be like that? Or is it a different kind of awareness? It is just like that. And I've seen so much of this this type of strangeness, Because one time I also had a guy come to the house. He was a priest, actually, and he had this very strong voice. And he had heard of me about talking about this inner self and so on. And he wanted to question me. And I was there with two other boys who were just coming to satsang. And he came and he was a very impressive man. And he was asking, so, Mooji, what is this inner being you talk about? And I said, well, inner being, it's you, no? Me? But how? I don't understand. And we started pointing a little bit, But you speak about your life and these things and so on, no? Where are you looking from? Who are you? Who is looking at your retrieval of memory? Just so strong. And the guys were saying, is he okay, Mooji? I said, he's okay. And then after like maybe, 7 seconds, you get up. What happened? And I said, you seem to fall asleep. Huh? Okay. And then we talk again, point something else, and so we know this is something, is a kind of, maybe a kind of avoidance at some level sometimes. In some cases, you may come to satsang, you fall asleep, and it's just somehow your being is so relaxed and it slips into that state. But sometimes it can be some kind of state like this. So therefore I say, don't go into meditation. Just sit and stay with me and follow what I'm pointing, because this clarity has to come. Because as soon as it strikes inside, that seeing, that recognition happen, then all of that won't matter whether you fall asleep or not fall asleep, because it will not affect you anymore. You see, like that.
Okay. I spent a lot of time sleeping the last few years, about 15, 20 years.
Yes.
I listen to a concert and I disappear for the whole 2 hours. I come back, everyone's like, wasn't that great? And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was sitting there, I was gone.
Yes.
And I feel like it is an avoidance. Something's telling me it's an avoidance. There's this urgency to stand up and talk to you, but I don't really have a clear question until that came when she talked about falling asleep.
Yes. Many people experience it, in fact. As soon as they try to meditate, either the mind becomes very, very noisy, or it just collapses into this kind of state.
Well, it gets noisy for a while, and then it gets quiet, and then I collapse.
Yes. You have to keep remembering who is watching the noisiness or the quietude. Is that one noisy or quiet? And then somehow some light shines from this, And this light is different from other light. This light is like a light of being, somehow. And it completely clarifies and exposes the limited sense of self in the light of the real and the unchanging self. This is the important thing to grasp. Yeah? This is the important thing to grasp. And you don't know at what moment it's going to happen. Because as you're sitting here, something is refining the attention, the mind, and sort of like somehow preparing it to be somehow merged inside this art energy, you see? To the point where some people here, you cannot go back to anything. You cannot go back to the old thinking way. You're going to come so much into your freshness, you see, into your timelessness. Don't be afraid of this. It's not some freaky state. It is the most natural state.
When it seems like I am experiencing that state, that sense of I experiencing doesn't, at some point it stops.
Say again.
That sense of I experiencing that state, at some point it stops. But it comes back.
Yes.
So,
but the coming back in of the sense of I, it is okay. Don't give so much credibility to that. The coming back in of the sense of I, the sort of sense of the person or something, don't think, oh no, this represents, you see, because right there, you are going to be creating an impact inside that's not necessary. Let him come back, you see. But you are greater than that because you are the witness, without which the coming and going of I is impossible. So you are the primary source. Without the light of consciousness, you are not able to see anything coming back. This has to be grasped. Anything that appears to you can only appear because you are there prior to it as pure awareness. Nothing can come before you. Even the person arises in you, the consciousness which is not a person. This has to be grasped. Then the weight, the sense of the weight of the person collapses, you see, in the seeing of what I'm pointing. Then your life is flowing. If I say it moves spontaneously or automatically, sometimes it frightens the sense of the person, the personalized consciousness, that has an exaggerated importance about controlling your life. You don't need to control. You suffocate your dance. And it comes out of fear, this obsessive need to control. There is a place for control. There's a time for control. But routine or obsessive control, this is some illness, is not good. And these so-called illnesses, they can vanish very quick because they're all to do with the wrong identity. As soon as it is clear. And you know, every day I come. For this I come to point you. Why? Because the gift of this understanding will never fade. The gift of this understanding will never fade. In the beginning, as soon as a real insight flowers, strong forces come to sink it. Like to sink it, you know. Because if it doesn't sink it, the mind is on a countdown. It's finished, the psychological aspect of the mind. So don't be surprised that you get some mind attacks. It's as though some force doesn't want you to recognize what you are. You see? But only for a season or so. It's pushing, you know. But you are there to watch and to feel, you know. Say, okay. I give my existence to existence. Let it play. But that which perceives It cannot be manipulated by the play of the body-mind. And see if it is true or not. Once you know this, a new confidence surfaces in you, and you'll not be afraid of thoughts and, and the fears and the projections and the monsters of the mind. They are nothing at all. Okay. Yeah.
Just coming back to what you were saying about not having any questions, where it goes quite quiet, and I feel that's kind of come to that space recently, and I don't have any questions really, but I really liked what you were saying at the beginning about once you find this space, it becomes a discovery, it becomes, an exciting route, experience, and my feeling is that once you find this space, you just want to integrate it with every aspect of your life that isn't this truth, but that requires lots of work.
Yes, don't try to integrate other aspects of your life. You integrate. Don't try to integrate. That's a job that is going to go on for, if you try, then you become the integrator. You don't want to become integrator. You just completely be immersed in that. Just say yes, yes to it. Don't look for any separation. Just you become one with it. Become one with it. And so let that oneness take care of everything. Because if you try to integrate different aspects of your life, you create segments and sections, and they're going to be conflicts because it's going to come from the mind again. You have done right. You're in the space, but you're in the space as the space itself. Don't let the mind start to create okay, now I've got to do something. And this is the subtlety. This is the serpent's voice. It's very subtle. But if you purchase it, you then come into a duality there. You introduce a duality where there's none. And you believe it. And just in this subtle way, you're tricked out of your wholeness. But only experientially and only in the dream. In actuality, it's not true. You're not living your life. Just you are. And the functioning of perception, functioning of the senses, your movement, is not that you're going out, blah, blah, blah. No. You move whatever life brings. As the eyes wake up, somebody, oh yes, you're up, good. I need to talk to you about this. Somehow, okay, something knows how to respond to this in a moment. Then we're going this way, no, we're going that way, something goes. Something says, no, enough. And you're kind of watching, feeling it's okay. But not that you're turning that into another kind of, oh, my life. No, somehow you're here. You're not needing anything to be anyway. And you're finding that your life has such a beautiful harmony. And the witnessing to this harmony allows you the courage or the conviction or the joy to surrender all of your life. All of what you call your life. Don't save even a tiny piece of it. All of it. Hand it over to him.
I'm feeling what you're saying, but at the same time, it's making me feel like a movement into passivity, but...
Yes.
That doesn't
It's not
appeal.
like that. It's not like that. It's not a passivity. Passivity is not a negativity, and it's not that you are making any vow of passivity. I didn't say. I said just stay as that empty space. Stay as that self. And then you begin to see with the eyes of God. You begin to see with Ramana's eyes, with Christ's heart, with Krishna's wisdom, with Shiva's presence. You begin to see like that. Don't think that somehow you're handing over your existence to some kind of negativity or passivity. That's a mental idea. That's not true. Even if you had all the power to design the perfect life you think is right for you, it cannot come anywhere near the life that unfolds in the natural seeing. Not compare at all. The person it's only an effect in consciousness. It's not a passivity. The grace, the power of God, create all of this. Did you see him doing it? No. Effortlessly. But is it passivity? Is it laziness? Did he just says, look, I've run out of pink. I've got to borrow. No, it is completely abundant. Human mind cannot understand this thing. Don't know anything about your life. That is a great life. Then you begin to see. The minute you start to design, if you design, do it playfully, but develop no pride about it. Let your life be shown, let it be unfold. Then you see the majesty of God. You see the majesty, the might of the consciousness. Don't have nothing, don't give nothing to your mind. Your mind is run the show very badly for so long. Now you begin to live in your divinity. It's very different. People are always trying to assess you, but no one will know. Nobody know. Only the one who is. And I can't even say they know. They don't know in the sense that they know to keep. They don't need to know to keep anything. When something is meant to manifest, it manifests spontaneously. And whatever it does is appropriate to the need of the moment. And when it has satisfied or accomplished that mission, it again goes back into emptiness. You don't have to carry anything around. You are that. This is such a beauty thing. The mind is still there. Watch him to try and tell you, let's be careful, You don't want to give over your life to passivity. Then it misunderstands, you see. Then when you see peace, you think, oh, it's too passive. You need to work, you need to be more creative. And it misunderstands because it's a great time for peace. Peace sometimes can be the most dynamic, the most active, in fact. Just out of your peace. Can you imagine, suppose there was one master, an awakened being, no? That slept for 23 hours and 55 minutes every day, sleep. But then wakes up for 5 minutes, go to relieve himself a bit, have a cigarette, and just looks at you, and go back to sleep. Could you have a master like that? Yes, you could. Maybe that one look will remove all your conditioning. It comes from the power. Whereas you may be sitting, listening to lectures over and over every day and still only become mental about it. Better you have the feeling and the attitude, you know what, I know nothing at all. Better still, experience it. Experience it. When I say you know nothing at all, you have not tried to know nothing. Just you come to feel there's nothing really to know. Suppose I would say something to you like God knows nothing. You think it's blasphemous to say this? Because to know something means like it's other than you. Perhaps one day you'll see all this as God. But your mind would be totally empty of you for that to happen. Empty of all your concepts, which we value so much. No one can compare, can understand the power of the one who is empty of identity and preconceived notions. Yeah. Then their actions are the actions of the universe. Their mind is the mind of the universe, of God. Is it different from you? Is such a one different from you? So good, so good. You can do now, if there's anything here that feels like anything that needs to be controlled or contained or owned or, sort of moved in, just let go into that. Let go into that space. And when thoughts keep coming and suggesting things to do, just leave them for a moment. You can spare this. You can spare yourself this. Yes. Just let them be for a moment. And just go where you want. Go where you want, but not from here. Just feel your being and move. And see what happens. Get used to it. Mostly people are afraid that they may discover a way of life that, it's just so unpredictable. And I'm not talking by saying unpredictable that it is, there's a word which is like, not restless. Simply, it unfolds always in a freshness. It's not predictable. And sometimes we are afraid to be unpredictable. Then you cut a life out that looks very reliable. But then it never surprises anybody. It's a little bit dead. To leave all these intentions aside for a moment and somehow in your being see what happened. You have to be set on fire, no? Something like this. Don't be like some unlit incense. You have to be on fire a little. But you don't know what that means. You don't know what it means. You don't know what it means. You don't even belong to you anymore. You don't know who you belong. It seems very, very irresponsible. Very irresponsible attitude. Your parents, they don't like it, generally. But you are discovering something that's this world is not just composed of the 5 elements. It is spirit. And life. Your life must somehow sprout, combust into full existence, you see. Don't be controlled. We're not here to, I don't want to produce any bonsai people here. You have to move fast, Boom. In Portugal where we live in a forest, near a forest of eucalyptus. He's going. You have to cut through your stuff like this, move. Not the bonsai.
See, that's the kind of bit that I like, just hacking through your stuff.
But you're not doing it. There's no you doing it. There's full peace, but you're not a peacekeeper. Just peace. It's full fire, but you're not fire brigade. Full love, but you're not the lover. Everything is there unfolding. This is the invitation, Nasi.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We should be taking break now, 12:40. We are good Saturday? It's okay. Hit me.
Hi, Mooji.
Hi.
Yesterday, my friend wrote in her book, she said, I'm not looking for my other half. I'm not a half. And I'm not here as a half either.
Very good.
And it's not like some outside question can come and say, maybe you are a half. It's like, well, that question even comes from that not being a half.
Yeah.
It all comes from the one.
Yes.
And it's just there is no question about it, because even the one who asked the question is also from the one.
Yes.
So it's only the one.
Yes.
But it's just doubt.
But it's that?
It's just full of doubt. But even the doubter is from the one.
But the one is not in doubt.
The one isn't in doubt. The one is very clear. Not even clear. The one just is.
Are you this one?
Yes. And not just I as I as I. Everyone. But not everyone as in a multitude of everyone. Everyone as an I. There's no one who's not the one. It's just a misunderstanding. And thanks for telling me that too.
Yeah. Very good. Very good, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay. The musician is ready to come? You tell, while they're getting whoever is coming, you speak to me then, Damien.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
I even wrote down the question.
Yes, yes.
Because thank you for what you do for all the people here and people in the world. And once during some satsang, you were kind of sad, and you said that you can talk about the absolute, but because of the fact that my mind, of course, wants to know everything about absolute, and it also understands that it can't. So my question is following: is it possible to, in a way, to ask you a question from the state of being when you are aware of the awareness itself, which is really a great and helpful new discovery for me. But sometimes I manage to feel like it's something that is, there is something that is like a baby, and that part of me, and when some thoughts are coming, then I just, or the baby plays around and with it, and then throw it away, and but sometimes, so my question is, does the state needs these days of me? Does it needs any questions or answers? Can it think in any way what kind of thoughts it would have, and maybe it can create great things, or can it only see as an I? Can it express itself only in the absolute because it's one with it, and not in this world at all?
what have you actually found out for yourself? What have you found out? The most important thing, like if this is the most important thing you found out by yourself, have you found something?
What I found for
Yeah.
myself,
Yes.
that state, probably that's the light, I don't know, something, the truth. That's, of course.
So then this question you just asked me, is that coming from the truth?
No, I don't think so. It's just my mind wants
Yes.
to know, but
Because if you just keep presenting questions that your mind wants to know or have the sense that it knows, it just creates a minefield of notions and stuff. If you have realized you say the truth, then what would you want to be asking questions like this for? No? You would know it also. You would
because
know.
sometimes some thoughts appear and they are like really like wow, you know, like enlightenment, something like that.
For the one who is awake, no thought produces such a powerful. They just know it is phenomenal. They just know what it means, phenomenality. It is that it belongs to the realm of the mind and so on. They just know it. They just know it. And would not be, however seductive it may appear to be, it's still not anything at all. It cannot compare with the limitless self, which is what where they're looking from. So it doesn't have, it can only have some apparent content and some power in the one who is perceiving it and believing that that is significant. But it's not really significant. And you will end up just thinking too much. Your thinking should be converted into contemplation, reflection, and introspection for the sake of clarifying and cleaning out. It's like combing out the dandruff of negative concepts. And this you don't have to do for lifetimes, you can do it very quickly. In an environment like this, if you all had to, in your heart, I don't know how many of you here, no? Because people come and go, but if, I don't know what the portion of you here, were to sit in a space like this, with a heart totally turned towards, your attention turned towards that you had to be liberated here. Otherwise you can't go home. And then in a very short time, you'll be free of this. You just be free of it. Any kind of delusions about, yeah, but I wonder if I should do this, and sometimes my mind, all of this will be finished. It'll just be finished for you. All of it will be finished for you. Because it is not life. It's not life. That's not life. The person tortures life, tortures themselves, or is a torturous state of consciousness. Yes, of course, it enjoys also because it is consciousness. The person, the ego is also consciousness, but it's a very highly handicapped form of consciousness that at some point wants to free itself from this, from all these, superimpositions and all these thoughts, be free of them. We are too kind to the mind in its psychological place because we identify with it and still apportions great value to it. And so it is included in your research, and yet it distorts so much, and you become still entangled with this thing. Yeah. have the attitude each day you come here, this is my last chance for this. It's such a great opportunity in the life, because nowhere have I gone that is so directly pointing me into my heart. No? It's not in the restaurants, it's not in the clubs, it's not on the beach, it's not on any places. But you somehow have given yourself an opportunity, called and inspired by something you may call grace, to come and research yourself, to look, to inquire, for the sake of freedom. And your freedom also introduces freedom in this world. Not merely as a concept, not as a book, maybe a living book. So, it's not a responsibility you have, I know, an opportunity you have. Opportunity. Because if you continue and you want to just live the life and think about your person and so on, you are also free to do this, I imagine we do. But something, I believe, compels you, some chance inside compels and is somehow to win this beautiful opportunity of awakening to the self. That is the company I most enjoy. Yeah. Even your attention is turned. Even you just say, I want this, I choose this. Then you are holy company. Because you value what is true. Yeah. Okay. We are... okay, you want to say. Done. Just start talking and yeah.
So you were talking to the other guy, and he was reporting that there are doubts, there is person, but they don't touch this heartless space. And then you ask the question whether you are this heartless space. So my answer to this question would be, I wouldn't know what to answer you. I would say, I don't exist, I don't know. Behind all of this, there's just this heartless space, and that's it.
Yes. Answers I don't need. When you and your answer are the same thing, then this will have some impact. When answer is only something you give in response to the concept, it is, yes, come and go, no problem. But when you and your answer, when the conviction, when that certainty, when that recognition happen, then the answer you give is what you are, actually. They're the same. Your seeing and your being are one. It's the same. Then concepts are not needed. Explanation is no more needed. The job is done.
And actually, I wanted to share something with you. Just, I want to sing you a song, if that's okay.
They are going to sing a song now. So we are going to have to stop now for the moment.
Oh, Mooji, I just would really love if you could share your feeling, your relationship with your master. It's a personal one, but
yes,
it's coming out, so.
I am the relationship with my master. You see, I have to say like that. Someone asked, what is your master's highest teaching? I said, I am my master's highest teaching. It is not an arrogant thing, I mean, when I say that like that, no? Because he invited me to heat him up and drink him up and eat him up. And he is delicious. But first, he eat me up first and drink me up. So I don't know, I talk this type of foolish thing like that. You see? Yes.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Okay, let's get them. Yes, you stay.
I'm gonna read one of the most beautiful poem of Rumi for my beloved. The name of this poem is Don't Say Anything, Keep Quiet. First I read in Persian and then in English. Persian was the only language that Rumi could express himself totally. And I honor to read that in his language, the language of love. Just open your heart and keep quiet. من غلام قمرم غیر قمر هیچ مگو پیش من جز سخن شهد و شکر هیچ مگو سخن رنج مگو جز سخن گنج مگو ور از این بیخبری رنج مبر هیچ مگو دوش دیوانه شدم عشق مرا دید و بگفت آمدم نعره مزن جام مدر هیچ مگو گفتم ای عشق من از چیز دگر می ترسم گفت آن چیز دگر نیست دگر هیچ مگو من به گوش تو سخنهای نهان خواهم گفت سر بجنبان که بلی جز که به سر هیچ مگو قمری محصفتی در ره دل پیدا شد. چه لطیف است سفر در ره دل، هیچ مگو. گفتم ای دل چه مه است این دل اشارت می کرد که نه اندازه توست این بگذر، هیچ مگو. گفتم این روی فرشته است عجب یا بشر است. گفت این غیر فرشته است و بشر، هیچ مگو. گفتم این چیست بگو زیر و زبر خواهم شد. گفت می باش چنین زیر و زبر، هیچ مگو. گفتم ای دل پدری کن، نه که این وصف خداست. گفت این هست ولی جان پدر، هیچ مگو. ای نشسته تو در این خانه پر نقش و خیال، خیز از این خانه برو رخت ببند، هیچ مگو. Just keep quiet. Just keep quiet. I'm a slave of love. I'm devotee of my master. With me, just talk about him, nothing else. Don't talk about your suffering mind. Don't talk about your problems. If you don't understand this, just keep quiet. Don't say anything. Keep quiet, my love. Keep quiet, my love. I got mad yesterday. Love saw me and said, I'm coming. Don't cry loudly. Don't scream. Just keep quiet. Don't say anything. I said, I'm scared of this. Love said, now it is gone. There is nothing here. Just keep quiet. Don't say anything. I said, I whispers all of my secret into your ears. It nodded its head and said, don't speak with me by words. Don't say anything. Just keep quiet. In the path of love, such a great master has been found. How beautiful is this journey with him. But don't say anything. Just keep quiet. I said, is he human or an angel? Love said, he's not human, not an angel. He is something else. Don't say anything. Just keep quiet. I said, please tell me, who is he? I'm getting mad of this unknowing. Love said, stay in this space. Don't say anything. Just keep quiet. I said, I bow at your feet. Please tell me, is he God? Love said, yes, he is. But keep quiet. Don't say anything. Now is the time to move from this colorful and beautiful house, the dream of your life. Just move out. Just go. Don't say anything. Just keep quiet. Keep quiet, my love. Keep quiet, my love. Just keep quiet. Keep quiet, my love.